All right, there's one last problem that I want us to be able to practice to give you a little extra time. So go ahead and pause the video while you underline the important parts from this problem. All right, there's a lot of important pieces here and there's a lot of information, but I want you just to take it step by step and we can figure this out. Okay, so the bakery bought 4 bags of flour containing 3.5 kilograms each. So then we have all this information about how much we need to make muffins and bread, and we're making 4 loaves of this and 5 loaves of this. So what we really need to figure out is how much flour does the bakery have? So how can I figure out how much flour the bakery has before I do anything else? Go ahead and pause the video while you do this, and I will work it out here for when you are ready. All right, for this one, I'll do an area model since I did the standard algorithm on the other ones. 3.5 kilograms, and I bought 4 bags. So 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 5 is 20. But remember, I can't put all that in the same one, so I'm going to move it over here, and that makes 12 plus 2 more makes 14. Get rid of that so I don't get confused. And then that 14 will actually move over into the tens place. So it is 14.0. So my answer, how much flour do they have altogether, is 14 kilograms. So now I'm going to keep that piece of information, and I'm done with this part here. I don't even need to deal with this anymore. Okay, so excuse me, 475 thousandths is flour is needed to make muffins. 65 hundredths is needed to make a loaf of bread. So if I want to make 4 batches of muffins and 5 loaves of bread, I need to, again, draw a tape diagram. This is going to help me out. So let's do muffins first. 4 batches of muffins. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. And I am making 4 batches. Pretend that's nice and straight. Here are my 4 batches of muffins. Okay, I need to refer back to my problem because I don't remember. 475 thousandths to make muffins. So that means that each one of these is 475 thousandths of a kilogram. Okay, so now how much flour is it going to take to make the muffins that I need to? What can you do to solve this problem knowing that each one of these is 475 thousandths? Pause the video while you do this. Okay, so hopefully you have figured out that you just need to multiply. I have 4 groups. I'm multiplying 475 thousandths times 4. So now I can just solve it out. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28, 29, 30. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I have 1900, but I'm not done yet because I have a decimal. And when I multiply a decimal, I need to know where my decimal goes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 digits in. So this whole thing is worth 1.9, and it's kilograms. kg is my unit. So I need 1.9 kilograms to make my muffins. Okay, now let's do our loaves of bread. So if you needed help with the loaves or the muffins, go ahead and try the loaves of bread because it's going to be exactly the same. The only difference is I'm making 5 loaves instead of 4 loaves, and the amount of flour I use is a little bit different. So here is my tape diagram, and I'm making 5 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I'm going to refer back to my problem again because there's so many numbers I'm dealing with. 0.65 is needed to make a loaf of bread. I'm making 5. So each one of these is 0.65. So you can go ahead and do that math. How much is this whole thing going to be worth if each is worth 0.65? Pause the video while you do this. Sorry. Okay. Times 5. All right, now 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 more is 32. There we go. Now I need my decimal. 2 spaces in, 1, 2 spaces in. So this whole thing is worth 3 and 25/100ths of a kilogram. So I'm not done yet. I need to go back to my problem and see what it's actually asking me. Okay, if 4 batches of muffins and 5 loaves of bread are baked, how much flour will be left? Okay, left means I'm finding the difference. Left means subtract. So I originally had 14 kilograms, but I'm baking some muffins and I'm using this, and I'm making some bread and I'm using this. So I need to take these numbers away from my 14, and there's 2 ways you could do it. You could take 14 and then subtract 1.9 and then that number and subtract 3.25, or you could also add these up to see the total amount of flour that you used and then just subtract 1 time. And I'm going to do it that way because it's easier for me to just subtract 1 time instead of 2. So I'm going to take 3.25 and 1.9. Notice how my decimals are lined up. We don't do it to the left just because we can. Your decimals have to be right on top of each other and the digits right on top of each other. So there's just nothing here, and that's okay. So 5 plus nothing is 5. 9 plus 2 is 11. 3, 4, 5. Okay, that addition is way easier for me than taking away 2 numbers from a digit. So 14 kilograms is what I had, taking away 5.15. So 14 minus, now here could be a tricky part. Where is my decimal in 14? Right here next to the ones place. So I need to make sure that I line my numbers up correctly. Yes, it looks weird, but it's the way you have to do it in order to get the right answer. So here we just put our zeros. Okay, because that number is still 14, it doesn't change. I am going to take away the total amount of flour that I used to make the muffins and the bread. So I get, oh, I can't do that, so I have to borrow. That's what I'm doing. That becomes 10, and this becomes 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 minus 5 I can't do. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And you can't see, but I'm counting on my fingers. It's okay. So I am left with 8.85 kg, kilograms of flour. Ta-da! It's a lot of work, but really it's not hard work. It's just taking it step by step by step. Since I have all of that work, one last thing I really prefer my class to do is to, circle or star or something the answer that you got, because look at all the work we've done to get there. So I need to know that this is my final answer. That actually answers the question. Okay, there's one more sub-problem to go along with this one. The remaining flour is stored in bins that holds 3 kilograms each. How many bins will be needed to store the flour? Okay, I have to go back to my problem because I don't remember my answer. 8.85. Okay, I'm going to write that down here before I forget. Type it. 8.85. Okay, that was what I got. The remaining flour is stored in bins that hold 3 kilograms each. So this one is super easy. I'm just going to start drawing bins. Here's a bin. It holds 3. Here's another bin. That holds 3. So I'm up to 3 plus 3 is 6. Now I'm trying to get to 8.85. I'm only at 6. So I'm going to have to get another bin. 3, 6, 9. I have to do 9 bins because I can't do a part of a bin. So how many bins will be needed? 3. Easy peasy. All right, go ahead and take the quiz and see how you do on that word problem. And you must show your quiz answer to your teacher in order to get your homework today.